Solomon Kane.
Excellent. So, a quick recap as to what happened last session. You accompanied the widow Ivans from Torquay Town, or Torquay as we know it nowadays, to the fair city of Bristol, where you had a couple of encounters upon the way. Most serious encounter being a pack of wolves that wanted to take your dinner off you, but were quickly slaughtered. Um, you reached Bristol with no further ado. You were put up at Widow Ivans' sister's house. Her husband presently away on a on a boat, and you were making arrangements to hopefully get a ship's passage, which would at least drop you off in Cornwall, as you had realised the extent of the dreams and that they were probably referring to a place called Doesbury Pool, which is based in Cornwall, um, and very much connected with the legend of King Arthur. However, in the meantime, Alfred managed to get himself deputised because there's been a spate of murders going on in Bristol. Um, the perpetrator, as yet, has been has he managed to evade capture, and he also got work for both Valerie and Dakin, and effectively Alfred, uh, with the rest of you, managed to track where you think that the murderer is located. After patrolling for the night, you'd heard screams, and everything leads to a sewer grate, which was not put back closed properly, and so you have a feeling that the perpetrator may be holed up in the sewer. Second time visiting the sewer for Alfred, who seems to have found his natural environment in Bristol here,
Yeah, yeah.
uh, along with Boris. However, first time venturing into the sewers for Dakin and Valerie, and that is where we left it. I have shared a map with you all. Hopefully, you've got it. And I've put you on the map. You can change the marching order to how you want. It's literally just in an order of how I put everything on.
That's fine. All the smelly people in front. That's fine.
So if everyone's happy with that, that's fine.
Yeah.
Um, yep, I believe that has somebody got a torch or lantern. I think somebody had got a lantern.
Yeah.
Okay, so Al's got a lantern. That basically gives you a medium burst template of light effectively, so it's about 4 squares each way. Um, so will cover pretty much just the area that you can see there. Don't know if Alfred's got a light source, but obviously you can only see just a little bit ahead because obviously it's pitch black because it's you're venturing in the sewer, and the only light that will be coming from outside is starlight and moonlight. So and that would be just coming from any grates that are above you, because obviously it's grate above according to that. So if you want to head on further, I shall reveal a little bit more of the map.
So is it Alfred going to go first? Or are you going to swap your dog go off?
Yeah, you can get past each other. Obviously, it's about 5 feet wide, so you can actually move past each other because you're friendlies. There's obviously no penalty in doing so, um, which is cool. Um, but obviously, it's only really wide enough for one at a time. Otherwise, And certainly, if people are swinging weapons around, then definitely only one at a time. Okay, so I'll do up to the end of the sewer corridor there. It does. It really smells, and in fact, I'm going to be cool and ask you all for a bigger roll, please.
I'm used to it now.
Yeah. Dakin and Alfred, you're both fine. Yep, Alfred, you pretty much revel in the smell. Valerie, you're gonna be on one fatigue unless you want to re-roll.
No, I'll take the fatigue.
Okay. It will pass once you're out of the sewers. It's not anything major.
Peek around the corner here.
Well, I'm gonna have a notice roll from you all anyhow.
I don't see anything. I rolled anyway. Oh my god, miracles happen.
That's okay. So everybody except for Valerie. Uh, okay, this is what you will notice. Okay, as you reach the crossroads, you will hear frantic squeaking from up ahead, moving in your direction at quite a fast pace. As seconds later, a swarm of rats burst around the nearest corner and surge towards you.
Oh,
You're in a writhing, chattering wave of teeth and fur.
oh.
And without further ado, we will go to combat. I will just put a little bit more of the map on. You will see Alfred as you're right at the front there. You'll see that they will have emerged from a side passage. I'll just pop that on. They've just emerged from that side passage there. They are pretty big. I'll just make it bigger. Not the rats themselves. It is just a swarm of rats, but obviously they take up more space than that.
Mm-hmm. They're moulding round the corners, I imagine.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's a swarm, so it's not. There's no penalties or anything for them.
Ah, good thing we've got a dog. You're a rat catcher.
And we will go into combat. With the rats running first. Okay. Because it's a swarm, what it will do is they will actually just run through the square that you're in, and they do auto damage, which obviously is taken off by any toughness. Because literally there's hundreds of
Rats.
Okay, so they will pretty much run straight through you, but I will slow them down because obviously they'll be running around you and that. So for this first round, I'm going to center them on Alfred. So Alfred and Boris will get attacked.
Oh,
So damage on Alfred first. You're shaken.
I'll take it.
Okay, and damage on Boris. Boris is going
No!
to take a wound.
Not so fast. I think I can spend bennies for him, I think. 1 second.
You can, I think, with your is it animal empathy? Is it or something like that?
Beast Bond, yeah.
That's it. Your beast bond.
Okay, so I'll spend a benny, and Boris is going to soak this. I deliberately put his vigour up. so
you
he's a
did?
tough doggy.
Yep, he soaks it, so Boris is okay. Oops. I'll just take that off. Well, that reminds me, I haven't done my bennies. There they are, done and dusted. Okay, I've added one for Kieran when he appears, but at the moment I can only use 3.
Well, I'm online. I'll wait it.
Yeah, no worries. No, it's just that if I need to use bennies, I can only use 3 in this encounter. So, Valerie.
So, with them being a swarm, does that affect how you can attack them or anything like that?
It certainly does. Just bear with me 1 second. Okay, so with them being a swarm, cutting and piercing weapons do no real damage. However, area effect weapons work normally, and a character can stomp to inflict his damage and strength each round. Swarms are usually foiled by jumping in water, unless they're aquatic pests such as piranha.
In which case, you jump out the water.
Yep.
So what weapons have the others got? Because I've got a bow and arrow and a falchion, which isn't going to do very much good. Any of you others better equipped?
Not I.
I was just got a spear.
So your best bet is to do a bit of stomping, which is basically just a fighting roll, and then just your strength and damage. Obviously, Valerie, from your viewpoint, oh yes, you can, because they are covering the square of Boris as well. So you can stamp on a few if you wish.
I'm going to I'm going to cast armor on. In fact, is that one? No, it's a touch one. Okay, I'm gonna because I don't want to go in them. I'm gonna cast boost trait on Alfred, and I'm
Okay.
going to it's his toughness it goes against, isn't it? So I'm just going to increase his strength because that'll help his damage.
Okay.
Thank you.
I'll bury that.
Cool.
So that raises it by a dice.
Okay.
It's
So
it's on your vigor at the moment there, Bill. I think I was raising your strength.
Yeah, to help with damage.
okay, fix that then. So right, fighting roll. I'll with all these rats clambering over me and everything, I'll start flailing around and stomping and lashing around. I'm going to have to make a spirit check first, though, I think.
Yep, you're fine.
So, okay, fighting. Oh,
Nicely done.
didn't target him for some reason, but it should be a raise, I think.
Yeah, it's definitely a raise. They only have a parry of 4, so yeah, if you just add your damage dice. So
Sorry, didn't do him again. So that's well, 7 I don't know what that toughness is. It's shaking on him.
their toughness is 7 actually. So
No, I think it just shakes him.
there they are.
Boris is going to move down here.
Yep, straight through the the swarm. That's good.
Okay.
Dakin.
Okay, can I just spear a rat then?
Yeah, you can do a spear attack. I mean, it won't particularly affect the swarm, so just do an attack roll. But obviously, with the spear, you only can get 1 or 2 rats, so it won't
Okay,
actually
then.
have an effect.
Then I won't do that then. I will basically intimidate the rats then.
Okay.
Yay. Forgot my little page. Here we go. Intimidate, just roll.
Oh, if I'd known you were going to do that, I'd have waited.
I'm perfectly happy with that number.
Okay, that's cool. I'm actually going to give the rats a bonus on their dice for reasons which will become apparent, maybe.
Well, they do outnumber us.
Well, they do outnumber you, but there is a reason why.
No, it's hidden.
Oh, what's hidden?
Dice roll.
Has it not come up for you? Oh no, I've got a little question mark by the side of it. Wonder why that's come up as hidden then.
You can change
You
it in
didn't.
this.
Yeah, you didn't win because I rolled a 12, but I will show you. It's in the options, isn't it?
Yeah. You can also, if you want, keep them hidden, just pick it up out the chat window and drop it again. The result. And it should just post it to chat, copy it into the chat box.
Didn't happen if I didn't see it. That's what I'm saying.
But in options, there is some high GM rolls or something like that it's called. Show generals.
Shuji Emerald.
There we go. It should come up okay now. Let's do another roll just to see.
I see that.
Yeah,
Now.
that came up okay. Cool. It's you got a +2 anyway, so even if I took that one, it's an 8, so you'd still resist. But my actual roll honestly was a 12. For some reason, it's not actually letting me pop it into the chat window.
So, that's it then. I can't really move through them, can I?
Yeah, but you will get a an attack on you if you do move through them, but you can.
What, even when they're shaken?
I'll move right through to that side.
That is true, even when they're shaking. So no, you won't get an attack on you. Normally
Sweet.
you would. And the swarm will go again. You're actually still just about in their field there, Dakin, I'm afraid.
Wants to be in their field.
So they'll have a quick nibble on you.
Want to surround them.
You're unharmed. And then they'll have a quick nibble on Alfred. And they'll shake him.
God damn it. Okay, I'll take it.
And then they will move.
What's that feat that makes you hit lots of things at once? What's it called?
And they'll have a quick nibble on Valerie on the way back.
They were on the way. Okay.
Yeah. She's unharmed. Yep, and they'll run through. It's up to you if you want to chase after them or let them go.
No, we'll let them go. We'll worry about what's chasing them.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll let him go and worry about what's been chasing him. That's a brilliant idea.
Shaking though, so.
Yeah, does Dakin or anyone or Boris see any more of Corridor or whatever?
Yeah, I'm gonna put it on, and you can remove the shaking because we're out of combat.
I did.
You did anyway. There we go. A little bit more to see. Oh, I'll just do this little bit here. Okay, so if you want to regroup and carry on moving.
I think we all meet up at the crossroads and then, well, if it looks like a dead end off to the east, we may as well continue downwards south.
Okay.
I'll go down to here and take a peek around that corner.
It's all blocked off down there. It's all collapsed.
Blockage down here too.
All of that.
Maybe you should peek left.
Peek the other way.
Come on, little doggy, move out of my way.
Ruff, ruff.
Okay, as you get to the top of that entrance that's to the south of you there, Alfred, I'll have a notice roll from you. Boris and Dakin can have it as well because they're there.
Do I see anything down that side before, as I pass?
No. Okay, so Alfred and Boris. Okay, you will notice the smell coming up from directly down to the south.
Does it smell worse than the rest of the place?
It does. Yeah, no one's got a raise, so yeah, it smells definitely worse than the rest of the place.
I'm too overpowered by the smell anyway for anything to smell any worse. It couldn't smell worse.
That's it, absolutely. Okay, so Alfred's venturing down. Okay, just bear with me a second.
Well, that's not good.
Okay. So, as you venture in, you will see dozens of cat and dog corpses lying strewn around. There are also several human skeletons here. I'll have a spirit roll off you, please. Yep, you're okay. It's a bit creepy, but you're okay. It just smells bad, but you can see why.
So these cat and dog corpses, do they look like they've... what do they look, old or new or...?
Relatively fresh. I'll have a... Ooh, Dakin's gone up to the edge there. I'll have a healing roll off you, please.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Yeah, relatively fresh in that you can still see the body rather than the bones, but
Okay, fair enough. See what Dakin sees.
Except for
okay.
women.
Yeah. Just bear with me 1 second. Dakin, this is what you see up ahead.
Oh,
No.
little pink nose.
Use your animal handling, Alfred, to make them more friendly.
Oh, okay.
So is that like a
Beastmaster.
massive rat? Is it?
It is. It's. I will just describe it. Basically, it's a not huge rat. It's probably about as big as a person. Well, which is huge for a rat, obviously. It's grown too large to get out of the sewer system, except using the grate to the street.
Cool. Well, my ability, my edge, Forgot what they're called then. It says animals like your hero won't attack him unless he attacks them first or engage them for some reason. But I guess that only really applies to natural animals rather than anything that's
Yeah, it's a
supernaturally.
little bit. It's a little bit unnatural.
Okay, no worries. Get it then, Dakin.
It's not my go, it's your go.
Oh,
Well,
well,
hang
okay.
on. I've got to redo the combat tracker. So
Have your arm off that rat. I just look at it.
go.
Looks like a ferret to me.
Massive. No, look at his little. Oh.
And Alfred gets a joker.
Oh, aren't you so mean?
Why? Oh,
I've got to shoot
why? Oh,
rats.
because I've made you go first.
Making me shoot the little rats. Okay, well, I like the little rats, but Alfred doesn't. He's not going to be a rat guy. So he takes a shot.
Oh, the petty just think that was Kieran's character too. Oh.
That's a hit with a raise.
Die, little ratty.
Who does die? Oh my god.
Splat of that.
Okay. I'm not even going to try soap that. If it had been one or two, I'd have gone for it. But I'm thinking no. Yeah, basically, Alfred will see the rat. Well, Dakin will see the rat and shout, and Alfred will come running up and shoot it in. The arrow will go straight in its eye, killing it in one hit.
Well, I'm sad, but Alfred's thrilled. Don't worry, Dakin, I got it. Boris will run up to help, and Valerie's go.
Wow, we were out of combat. That was one of the quickest combats ever.
He's nearly won a Coda special, that was.
So basically, in there you will actually see a young girl huddled in. It actually says huddled in a corner, but then it's like a round room, so it's not quite in the corner. Just huddled up about here. So there'll be a young girl huddled up about there. She is completely catatonic.
Little girl up corner, I'm ugly. Valerie, I'm not the most thingy, charming of people to be talking to little girls huddled up corner.
I'll go get her.
Cool. Yep. Just talking to her will help. Just a quick healing roll. What's up with it? Yeah, physically she's okay.
A bit traumatized.
Yeah, a bit traumatized. She will be okay. She's obviously something that's just going to take time. But yeah, so you will clear out the sewers, which is a bit longer than that. That was but yeah, the giant problem. 1 hour, bang, done, dead. So yeah, the girl, you reckon she will be fine as in time. Basically, probably if she's put back with her family or whatever, then she'll be okay. she's quite young, so she'll probably recover.
Rich just said he can't make it.
Yeah, I've noticed the messages coming up.
So how are we getting this little girl out?
Is there a grating directly above this room?
No, the closest grating was the one that you came in from.
We'll just carry her back through there then.
Mm-hmm.
You'll
I'll
be pleased
carry
to know that have disappeared. You will see the odd little rat or two, but
Oh.
as for the swarm, they've gone, and that's why they had a bonus to their resistance to the
Because
intimidation.
you weren't half as scary as that.
Yeah, they were running away from the really bad thing. So I shall award you all a penny each, I think.
Yay!
Ooh, I like bennies.
We like bennies.
Benny Hill, Benny from Coronation Street. All nice. Wasn't Coronation Street, Crossroads. Oops.
Cool. And you will get out, and you will be well, presumably you're going to the authorities.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you will be welcomed quite happily that you've managed to rescue a little girl. What are you telling the authorities there?
Okay. The little girl, anything unusual about her?
No, the she will be identified, and it will have been shown to her family were actually slaughtered that evening in the house by an assailant unknown, and the assailant had left the house, and there was the little girl was missing. You think that that the giant rat had taken her into the sewers as an aperitif, as an after dinner snack.
Well, this is a good. It's so it was the giant rats doing. You think?
What's all this got to do with blood and witch?
Maybe the witch's blood made a giant rat in the sewer. As it dropped down the sewer, perhaps it corrupted the sewer and made a giant
Could
rat.
be.
But the rat, he said, was too.
Curse be.
Sorry, he said the rat was too big to get out the grill. Great.
No, the rat was too big to get out the sewers normally. It got to use the grates because obviously they're designed for human use.
I see.
Which is why it wasn't closed properly, because the rat had just nudged it open, climbed out, and hadn't actually closed it properly behind him when he came back in.
I
So
see.
lazy.
Yeah, I know. So, do you think? So, are we happy that the rat is indeed the killer? I'm not convinced.
Well, didn't you say it was a killer of cats and dogs?
True. Yeah, the rat wouldn't like cats and dogs.
Maybe it was a smart rat. Did you try talking to it before you killed it? No, you didn't.
It looked it looked vicious. Well, I tell you what, then we could hang around for a little bit longer. In town, get a bath, and wait and see if anyone else dies.
So you're not jumping into the wharf then, are you? After that sewer trip?
Not on this occasion. No, I had to do that quickly last time. I had an urgent appointment with the mayor or the magistrate.
Yeah, it was the magistrate who was basically the guy that hired you to find the murderer.
Okay, so well, if that's we'll hang around for a few days, I think, and see if that is indeed the end to the killings. I think there's probably some witchcraft involved, though, you know, with the witch's blood and the grace and stuff.
Okay. All will be peaceful. Well, as peaceful as Bristol gets. I mean, obviously, it's a fairly big city. All will be peaceful for the next few days, and nothing will happen. No, no mysterious and up. There will be the occasion. Obviously, there will be the occasional person that gets killed because it's Bristol. But the killing, any killings will be fairly explainable, like a couple of people having an argument in a pub and one stabs the other, kind of thing. So nothing else of the unusual.
Just a normal Wednesday night at the pub, really, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just normal Bristolian way of life. And yeah, so like I say, you'll spend a few pleasantish days. Nice having a bed to sleep in and not having to go crawling through a sewer for anything. Um, and everything will be fairly pleasant. Still a bit cold because it's still winter, but other than that, fairly pleasant.
Okay. Well, do we have? Oh, we have some other leads, don't we? We were going to go looking for King Arthur and the all the dream stuff, weren't we?
Yeah,
Are we still having
you
dreams?
you are each night. You are still having dreams. In fact, Valerie, you can get rid of that fatigue. There it goes.
Our
Yes.
dreams said we were going the wrong way. We were meant to be going the other way towards Cornwall or something, weren't we?
And
Cornwall.
each dream is still exactly the same. The whole sort of like, in fact, just bear with me 1 second, and I'll just run it through on here again. There we go. You're standing on the misty shore of some small lake or pond. Nearby, a man in black armor holds one end of a chain in a withered, almost skeletal hand. The rest of the chain runs into the waters of the lake and disappears. The man begins to pull on the chain, a leering grin on his face. A beautiful woman dressed in a flowing white dress rises until she stands on the very surface of the lake. She holds a shining sword in her right hand, and the other end of the chain is wrapped around her neck. Though she struggles fiercely against the man, she is unable to resist his obvious strength as he pulls her to the shore. When she reaches the shore, her eyes plead silently for your aid. Before you can act, the man grabs the sword from her with his withered hand and plunges the blade into her chest. As he does, a brilliant crown of gold descends from above to rest on his head. The mists clear, and you see around you a crowd of thousands, all bending knee to the man in black.
Yeah, it's very sinister. No good at all. I think we should head to Cornwall, and that was our other lead because we went to Glastonbury, didn't we? And all clues from Glastonbury was sort of leading back to Cornwall, so we could head there.
Yep, you had a lead that said those pool in Cornwall. You were hoping to get a ship passage from Bristol.
That's right. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Let's do that.
Okay. Cool. You will get passage without any problems because the widow Ivans' sister will have put in a good word for you, and obviously also your fame will have spread a little bit in Bristol, and there will be a ship that is heading across to across the Atlantic, and they will agree to put you to drop you off at Cornwall on the way. It's just a very slight detour for them to start with, but they don't even need to dock at Cornwall because they'll one of the guys on the ship will
Throw us over the side.
yeah, we'll throw you over the side, keel haul you, and send you on your way. But we'll jump into a rowing boat and row you to port, and then row back, obviously, because it will only take about a day to get there.
Well, that was much quicker than the. I don't know why the widow didn't take a boat.
Well,
Yeah.
she'd got everything in a cart.
Got a lot of stuff with her, yeah. Excellent. Okay, so
So one moment there, and I'll just ask Kieran, are you still there?
And the answer is, huh?
Yeah, I'm here.
Was that a yes or
Yeah, I'm here.
cool?
I'm just
Are
away
you-
from my mouse.
Oh right, loaded.
Yeah, I'm ready.
Cool. So we could do with creating you a character. What you play? It's basically, if you think it's Elizabethan period.
Okay.
Or theoretically, technically, it's just post Elizabethan period because it's Elizabeth's been dead for 7 years.
Stuart.
Yep, we're in the early parts of the Stuarts.
Okay then.
muskets, flintlocks, those kind of things, I guess. There are some suggestions, aren't there? I think in the player's guide.
Somewhat.
Suggestions, character archetypes.
Yeah, some very basic ones. I will just grab the player's guide. Just 1 second. I wonder if I can pop the PDF into the messages on Discord.
We don't have a zappy wizard, do we?
You don't really get zappy wizards in
There's
Solomon
no
Kane.
zappy spells. There's not even a healing spell.
Oh, okay. Well, that's done that then.
What sort of thing do you need?
I don't think we need anything particularly. So go for whatever you fancy. I'm playing a hunter, guy with a bow, who's actually overshadowed completely by his dog, Boris, who's actually my main character, is the dog Boris. Dakin is a tribal warrior dude with a spear. And Valerie is mysterious.
You should have
Tribal
just
warrior.
said, and Valerie can read.
Yes, yes, you can read. There's none of
An ex-slave.
ex-slave, okay. Valerie's very intelligent, yeah.
It won't quite let me share the player's guide, so just 1 moment. It's too big a file.
Can you cut and paste out of it? It's a PDF.
How about the town drunk?
Well, yeah.
A town crier.
There's liquid courage, and he could have alcoholic as a habit hindrance. And loud mouth, big mouth.
I mean, it doesn't do. Basically, what it does is just a couple of pages with profession type ideas on them. It doesn't actually give you a stats or anything.
How about a town watchman?
Yeah, military guy.
Yeah.
You could. Well, I mean, you could basically, if you wanted, or merchant or
It could be a talky guy. We haven't got a talky guy, have we? Was Valerie
oh,
talky?
you mean
I don't know.
a face kind of person?
Yeah, face character.
I don't know. I mean, you could be a swordsman if you want. it's up to Kieran. I mean, I'll go through what it is. You're not limited to these. I'm just trying to think if there's a way I can sort it.
Let's just read through and see if we're inspired.
I should be able to copy it. I'm just reading here. Here we go. Let me do. Let's see.
I could go with Highwayman.
Yeah. There's kind of like a the closest is a bandit, but it's not particularly. I mean, like I say, it doesn't give you the stats or skills or anything that you need, so just that's no problem. Are you a dandy highwayman? Have you got hold of it, the Solomon Kane?
What, sorry?
You haven't got hold of the Solomon Kane PDF, have you?
No, I haven't got it. I've just googled examples. Let's see. A gypsy clairvoyant. A musketeer in exile.
Musketeer. Just, you know, I've been there. Now.
A gypsy clairvoyant would be handy. We keep having these visions.
Yeah, go on. Let's try a gypsy clairvoyant.
That'd be cool.
Okay, it is. So, you don't know how to create a character, do you, in Savage Worlds either?
No, sorry.
It's pretty quick, isn't it? Process.
Man or woman, young or old.
Cool. So first thing to do is to pick pick characters, pick one through, and then to decide. So gypsy. I'm guessing that's a man by the looks of that.
Dapper looking.
Yeah, I thought I'd go with a guy.
Cool.
I find the PDF online. If you want me to give you the link, then.
Yeah, if you could.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really help you out that much. The player's guide to Solomon Kane doesn't, because it's literally just a paragraph as to what each is. So I mean, once you've decided what you're having, then the player's guide to Solomon Kane kind of like pretty much finishes its use. It's just a case of going on the library, but we need to put Kieran through how.
The only difference is the way it treats magic, though.
And I'd rather you not share pirated stuff too.
Oh, right.
So you need to go on the library, Kieran, and go on to the Savage Worlds book.
To look to play, guys.
Yep.
I bought the book.
Yeah, I usually use the book, physical book itself, because I find it a lot easier. Okay, and then you just need to create a character. So best way to do it is to probably look at chapter 1 on the archetypes. This is what I tend to use as a base. So if you are a gypsy, are you be a gypsy kind of like wise man, or are you just a yeah, no worries out.
Yeah. Let's see.
If you're just like a see on the archetype.
Yeah, so archetypes